one and only in the house today.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time. People been trying to get this cat to sit down and spill this knowledge that he be having wrapped around in his brain.
More often than not.
I got it. Here you go with us right now.
That's what's up.
Don't know. This is Mr. Ty.
AKA.
Tell them, you know, where they can follow you at and where they can pull you up at to know about, you know, what you got going on and all that.
You can follow me on the gram at Count9Go, COUNT, the number 9 and go. Or you can follow me on YouTube on the Count Typhon page. I also have an art gallery on Pinterest under Ty Typhon, and I can be found on Facebook under Dante9G. So lock me in.
When we get through this interview, I'm gonna run that back by y'all one more time so y'all know where y'all need to go look it up, man. But you know what I'm saying? It help you out in your life and all that. You know, you got problems, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna start this YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can get on there, holler at us, send y'all questions in, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna sit back and answer. But I've been knowing this cat for years, man. And y'all don't understand how all these years have passed by, and I never had to sit down with this man so he can spill them thoughts out that he have. So y'all go get y'all some good drink, roll y'all something up, you know what I'm saying? It's finna get deep right now. So
Right. So
give me 1 sec, I'll be right back.
all right. Thank you. Hope everybody will kind of come in on this.
Mm-hmm. Y'all lock in, get yourself ready, man. Get right there. It's gonna be a stretch.
So check me out. Today on Draw Art Craft, and now no, it's a this episode is slightly special because this is a showcase the point to doing and having all things things. More often than not, a person start a platform without really knowing where to start from. In the case of other things yet to be mentioned, we start from nowhere and over create somewhere. So the edification of these things are meant to create a nuance of newness in the name. And the strange thing about this is there are so many people in the present day that make things a certain way, but they don't project it in a proper light. These episodes of Dark or Draw Art Craft and No is strategically intended to teach people the buoyancy and the beauty of creating with their art, no matter what it is, no matter what type of platform you're using or what.
Okay. So what I've been wondering all this time is What is the point of you being Ty?
Well, the name TAS is an acronym. It stands for the Impossible Exile.
Okay.
Yeah. See, it's funny because more often than not, I'm always asked what does TAS stands for, and the Impossible Exile means that I am possible, even as an outcast. You know what I'm saying? Or regardless if I am accepted or not, I'm that anomaly that needs to be seen in the present, regardless of life.
And how do you put that out there? I mean, to get somebody, a simple understanding, what I'm saying, of what TI stands for, and how you trying to insert it into your everyday.
Well, I put that out there in the simplest ways, just by the vagueness of my acts and actions. Faith without works is dead, more often than not. So I always do things in a faithful way. See, I walk in the order of my faith, and so with that being said, I don't feel that anything fails me because of that. I more often than not have been able to produce and create a great deal of everything in the now. With that, with that mode or that emotion of drive. So willfully, more often than not, I never failed in anything I attempted to do. I always, set the trend or set the standard.
Say trend setter. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people out there that gets the wrong energy in their life, and they people are always telling them that it's something that can't be done. You can't do that. You can't do that.
And that's the point of the TI movement. You see what I'm saying? The impossible it proves that you are possible. You see what I'm saying? I'm not just TI. Everybody's TI.
Everybody.
You see what I'm saying? Everybody, like whatever you do, you TI too. You feel me? It's no different than the omniscience of the creator. The omniscience of the creator promotes that. Like whenever you put the all into a vessel of anything, it's still you. The soul of that is still you. So the point of that is to reach every mind to that light. You feel me?
Okay. So give me an example on how you would get someone to open up their mind and open up their vision.
Well, a verbal example would be to just cast away like certain emotions and stop judging yourself.
Okay.
Like you understand what I'm saying? Like stop judging yourself. See, there's nothing wrong with having emotion because it invokes your passion to any action that anyone takes. However, at the same time too, to use an emotion without judgment creates the greatest force of inertia in order to produce the best result in every case. No matter who you are or what you have. I find it easiest to go about it that way. No matter, like on a generalism, I find it easiest to like make that so. So, you shouldn't guess. You should already know because you already know.
Basically, you just really, if you're not allowing yourself to understand, you neglecting yourself the knowledge to know,
to grow, right, to be. It's a weird thing because we've been inoculated with so many different systems of conditioning that 9 times out of 10 we don't even know the way when it's already manifested within us. So we only do what the status quo asks of us. And we can go beyond that instead of just accepting, what's made or what's presented to us.
That's how you come across it. If something was presented to you, so you're trying to, break it down mentally, so you can. Okay, that's good. Okay. So y'all stay tuned. We got a lot of art for you. Got a lot of tattooing for you. But we started one thing at a time, conquer, move on.
Right.
Okay. Now, what's up with the reason behind the why of TI?
for the reason behind the why, ties, because it's needed.
Okay, why you say that?
Well,
What makes you say that? Right.
well, easily. Why would anybody be lost if we're already found?
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I ask these questions to myself,
Right.
and I answer them with my actions.
What that
You
is.
see what I'm saying? Like more often than not, it's like you spoke on the essence of where people doubt themselves. You know, you don't. There is no more strength in doubt than there is in the measure of faith. You see what I'm saying? So more often than not, we inoculate ourselves with certain trappings of doubt, assuming it to be faith, confusing it with belief. And so the reason behind the why is because it's a necessity. It's needed. You see what I'm saying? More often than not, we look to others in order to find the answer within ourselves.
Okay.
And so that's the point of it. You see?
So, in order to find yourself, you have to look mentally, you know what I'm saying, into you.
Right. You have to traverse the deepest recesses of not only your mind, your spirit too. Because your spirit is already going to give you the will to move.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time too, it's not enough that you have that. You know, this is the point of resolve. This is the point of moxie. This is the point of, you know, the get up and go, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
You need this because every day that you wake up is another opportunity to do something new.
Mm-hmm.
Our point of being in our existence of our lives is to create the world that is in front of us.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why they always say our kids are the future.
Exactly. The children are the future.
So, what's the reason before the why?
The reason before the why is because I saw flaws
And what?
in everything. See, what's funny about me saying this is this. I was always told how not to do something before I was ever shown how to do something. And so that's the point of it all. You get it. That's the reason before the why. You get it. More often than not, we don't like to like go within ourselves in order to invoke our shame to make the best power.
Mm-hmm.
But I've done that. I went beyond that part of me in order to experience the unknown, so I can see past what's new. And so,
And okay, on that, what's known is what they present to us now.
in our conditioning and in our
Right now.
connection,
Okay.
yes.
All right.
You
Right
feel
on.
me? That be the point of that shit.
Okay.
It be really weird because
It really came from one person's outlook,
Right,
and they want
right.
the whole world to look at
Right.
it the same way. Which
and that's how it is in a collective conscience. See, somebody early on knew that without saying in our individuality, we think with a hive mind. You know, already what's funny about this shit is when you find the science behind any system, you find out that they use the subconsciousness of a hive mentality in order to inoculate us into their system. So, and with the side effect of that, it comes with certain annals of a depth in conditioning where it's neither negative or positive, but it has its uses.
Mm-hmm.
Those uses have a tendency to traverse and create different types of change, which personifies what we see through our eyes. And once you see whatever in our eyes, no matter what it is, it personifies it in the now. So once your hypercambrias deep in the recesses of your brain produces something like your picture of how you see the world being, it becomes that. So it's important.
Even though it's not there.
Right, it becomes that.
What you see. That's how you can go on people, on certain people, how they stay stuck somewhere. Because what they start seeing is they really believe in this like that.
Right.
But it's not like that.
And more often than not, people confuse not luck, but they confuse choice over chance. And there's no such thing as chance. It's just the choices you make that create change.
You had the chance to do this and the chance to
Right,
do that.
right.
Yeah.
So, you know, we've been, like rocked to sleep in so many different ways. Like with not only with words, but with spell speaking and all types of different, cells, if you will, to kind of keep us controlled.
Yeah.
And it's weird that certain things exist and we don't know how to be free of them. Right?
Yeah, it's certain things that people lock in their life that they don't know how to get out of their life. They don't know how to get it out their life. And a lot of people saying it's easier said than done. No, really, it's easier done than said.
Yeah.
Because as long as you keep allowing this into your life, then this is going to have an effect on you. Until you take that out of there, it's going to keep having an effect on you. So my advice to y'all is make the move. It's simple.
Right.
It's real simple. It's real simple. Real simple.
Yeah, more often than not, choices create change. And so, what's funny about that is like even in the measure of
You gonna get it.
In the measure
Okay.
In the measure of any type of change.
Right.
Matter of fact, there's a saying in the Hindu faith or religion. They say in the cross of change, you find your purest self in the ascension process of your spirituality, and that really comes from different angles of where you took choices with your emotions. Beyond judgment, the thing that got you to move, without any type of, ridicule or any type of judgment in general. So 9 times out of 10, the condition in the world is always left to be found by one or another instead of just accepting the fact that it's beyond that. It's not just the hero you're looking for is you. The villain you're looking for is still you. So that's a flaw in the design, when at the same time too, although it is a flaw, it's also a gift. Hence the point of the present. See, the present is intended for you to create your gift to the world or to the existence in your parallel. And it's odd when as humans we don't know the difference between being a human and human beings. So that's the point of it. That's the reason before the why. Because more often than not, I get tired of hearing people complain about things that can't be done when I know that there's always a way.
I mean, every time I hear that, bro, when I hear someone say that, I automatically think, man, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna show him. I ain't got nothing to say about it, but I'm gonna show him that he can be touched.
Right.
That's the only thing triggering my head when I hear people saying that they can't. I can't do that. Right. I be wanting to tell them so bad, bro. You not allowing yourself to do it.
Hence the reason of the nature. See, that's the second nature. The thing about humanity is the moment we see something in our minds that reaches the inertia of creation, then it's damn nearly instinctive for us to make it. See?
That's how I feel about being put on this earth.
Right.
It's made for you to live with the riches. It's made for you to live with the big houses. It's not materialistic. It's more like it's made for you to have. If it's out on this earth right now, and you can see it with your eyes, you can touch that.
And at the very least, it's really intended for you to create it with your own perception, with your own point of view. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, it's always something.
Okay. Yeah, man. So
to simply put this all in a nutshell, it's like this. It's never the one thing, you see, but it's always something. It's just the nothing that we're missing.
Yeah, because really, your mind is always about what's happening. You want to stay up on it, but the stuff that we done passed up and forgot about is the gas to what's happening right now.
Right. See, it's one thing to let go of your past, but it's another thing to dig deep in the surface of any resource in order to find the gems of your life.
Yeah.
See, or the gems of their life, one way or another.
Oh, we're gonna get off to that gym thing. I'm gonna have him break this down to y'all about the gyms.
Yeah.
It's so deep, man. Y'all need to just, y'all need to. I'm telling you, man. If you insert this stuff into your life, man, this shit is serious. It'll get help. I'm talking about a complete turnaround on how your aspects of looking at life and things that's going around you. So we're gonna give y'all a tad little bit of every session we make. This part one of the beginning right here. So we'll give y'all just a little bit right now. But we'll pop back up in a minute. Just keep your eye and ride with us. We got some heavy shit to talk about. And we're gonna open the line up for y'all to get at us. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna elaborate it. And we posting this shit. We ain't hiding none of this shit.
This is the point of being open at the close.
Yeah.
See,
you know what I'm saying?
A lot of people don't know that. I know I'm speaking some, hidden language type shit, but however, none of this language is hidden because in the time of the now, we're in the time of the revealing. So, in an apocalyptic age right now, this revealing is giving us the push to generate the newness of the now. But all it takes, it's always up to you, because you are the universe, no matter who you are.
This world is it's like a track meet in the world, bro. You got hurdles everywhere.
Right.
Everywhere. As soon as you get up and start putting your left in front of your right, hurdles. All the way out. My thing, you gotta become the best at taking hurdles. You gotta become the best. You know how to jump right, you know how to stretch out right across it. You use your strengths. Mentally, man. A man always told me, a person told me once before, the numbers always add up.
Exactly.
Apply the numbers into your life, that 1 + 1 is 2 all the time.
That's the point of why they changed arithmetic into maths. You feel me? I want to break this science down right quick. This is a little bit off of the point of the subject matter, but let me explain what this science means. See, look, it's not enough that you know how to do anything. Please feel me when I say this. You feel me? You are everything. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, the point of them changing arithmetic into maths is because there are too many vast notions in the subject matter in order to get to the point of the definition. So what's funny about this, they turned arithmetic into maths in order to break down each subject so that you can learn the different elements and aspects of those sciences. You see what I'm saying? Etymology teaches us that words come from numbers, not the other way around. And so, it's the reason why numbers are the language to our universe.
I started on a smaller platform about 10 years back. I got a tattoo. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that tattoo with numbers?
Yeah.
Roman numbers?
Yeah. Same guy, same mills.
Yeah. I came up on the number game being incarcerated. Because I used to write letters to my partners on the other side of the unit.
Right.
And when you look at the paper, it look like a bunch of numbers.
See? But that's a cipher.
Cipher.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
you get to the point to where
everything.
Number 1 is A, number 2 is B, number 3, you know what I'm saying, on down.
And they call that the Caesar cipher.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Just to give you a little insight of what the Caesar cipher is, it's like taking the letters, okay? Let me put this to you like this. This is so cool. Back in the day, in ancient times, I'm talking about before Sumer, it's the reason why numbers come from, letters come from numbers. Back in the day, they used to use different types of ciphers in order to translate in communication and correspondence. So what they would do is they take their alphabet, or they would create an alphabet and use the numbers in the alphabet and switch over the numbers either to the left or the right in order to speak a hidden language. See what I'm saying? And this Caesar cipher is still used today in different types of algorithms, in different types of books. I know myself, I have an anamorphic cipher when I write in my books, when I write my grimoires. I've written personally over 9 different books.
We're gonna bring those to you.
Yeah, real soon.
We'll bring them to you real soon.
Right, I'm publishing them as we speak. And like these books, if you really go and take the first word in every sentence, it's really the in-depth meaning
That whole paragraph.
of that whole chapter. It defines what the chapter is really saying.
Mm-hmm.
They break it down in such a simplistic way that the words even are anamorphic in nature. One day I was giving some science to a young lady, and she told me, a person that was sitting next to her listening was saying, you know, your words sound like a song already. You know, how you explain it to me, it just sounds like a song. And I was explaining to her that that's just my vibe. I vibe high. And so, as vibing so high, you know, in the vibration of me naturally, I'm creating in every case because I chose, you know, to make a majority of my life dedicated to this art, you know. And that's how I cast, that's how I craft, you know. That's my contribution to the world.
This is another question I need to ask you. On the level of life where you at right now, how do you find people to just open up to?
Well, I don't. I'm gonna tell you why.
That seems fucked up.
No, it seems fucked up, but let me.
So much knowledge just
right.
Up.
Let me explain it to you.
That seems
I'm gonna explain it to you. Randomization, and you know, you can take this and stick it in your back pocket. Watch this shit. Randomization is a very, very strange technique. I coined myself on mastering said technique. You see, it's not enough that you are demanding the attention of everyone. My look automatically does that.
Mm-hmm.
So I use randomization in order to teach the world. See, every grain of sand creates a desert. Every drop creates an ocean. Every gust of wind, every breath creates the air. Every speck of dirt creates the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So I don't look for it.
See that?
I find it. See what I'm saying?
Every grain of sand creates a desert.
Right.
You don't hear that.
But it is that.
Yeah, it is that.
See?
Every drop creates an ocean,
right.
And it is that.
Right, and that's the
you don't hear that,
and that's the point of randomization. See, once you invoke the nature of you, you find all is you, and you are a part of the all. You see, it's a strange thing.
I am a part of the world.
Right.
Yes.
Right, you're a part of everything. You know, beyond the world, beyond the cosmos. You are the all. You know, I can break it down to such a deep way, but without giving away too much. You know, that's where I'm at with that. You see, it's just like any question I'm ever asked. You ever had a time anyone ever asked me a question, I guarantee you I have an answer.
I'll be feeling that way till sometime, and then I mean, at one part of my life, I was second guessing myself, like, man, damn, nigga, every time I motherfucker say something, you got an answer. But the answer I be having, it don't be no bullshit. It be real life, straight up shit that's happening. That be my answer to that, to whatever somebody tell me. Every time they come, I be like, man, I used to tell people, like, don't get mad at me for knowing how to respond to your questions.
So you know what I'm saying? See, that's see how consciousness works is like this. Remember I said earlier that you know, we were created under a high mentality, but we don't know this in the recessions of our consciousness. So how this really works is like this. The conscious mind only deals or divulges in the logic. The subconscious mind is everything else. So none of these parts of your psyche like use emotion or judgment. It's just the subconscious mind that deals with everything else is doing the best things to your comfort in order to keep you safe. And your conscious mind is doing everything in your logic in order to help you traverse it. So it'll produce these things in the finite from how you perceive it, no matter what point of view you take or constitute. So what's funny about this shit is I found something in that. You know, how you can take everything and mirror it on itself and still reveal the trueness beyond the self. And then you find out it's still yourself. It reflects back at you.
It's like a mental, it's more like a mental tree.
Right.
You know, every limb connect to the branch, every branch connect to the, you know,
Right.
and even the leaves swinging there. If they get loose of the branch, that's a thought. It's gone.
Right. That's the point of mantras and affirmations and manifestation,
Mm-hmm.
planting seeds, if you will. The reason why they do all this shit is because of that.
The world do it. The
Right,
world do
right.
it. That's why the president, they see was planted.
Right.
The white president, they see the Senate, all them sit at
Right,
that table,
right.
they see.
And then it
planted.
creates this tree or umbrella band.
Like you say, a grain of sand creates a desert.
Right.
A group of people creates the white
Population,
house, the white,
yes.
you know, population.
Right.
Yeah, so you are part of the world.
Exactly.
Yeah, here you go.
See, you are a part, but then you are the all too.
But then, knowing that you're a part of the world, knowing, I mean, it's subconsciously, everybody's saying, I'm a part of this world. I'm in this world, so I'm a part of this world. But what we at with it is like, they subconsciously in a position in the city, in a suburb or projects somewhere, thinking like, I ain't in this world.
And see, that's the point of inoculation. It takes your power away.
Yeah.
You see, if you didn't know something, would you go find it?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like if it was left up to you to find it, would you go find it? No. Something pushes you to do it in your experience.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the point of randomization. You see what I'm saying?
Your sight became, once you've seen it, if you ever seen it, once you've seen it, then you think about it a lot, even though you're not around.
Right. Just like Thundercats, you know, the nigga grab a sword, be like Sword of Omens. Give me sight beyond sight.
Yeah.
When he said the word Sword of Omens, all right, I want y'all to peep this. That right there is not only a sign, but that's a spell he casts on himself in order to see beyond the self.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So sword, you break down the word sword, that's words. You know what I'm saying? Spell backwards or spell however which way. And then you say sword of, which places you know what I'm saying, inside the meaning of the procession of what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Omens, you know what I'm saying? The choice beyond the chance.
Choice beyond the chance.
Yeah, you feel me?
We need a lot.
And then sight beyond sight. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, we need that.
Yeah.
Man, we sat down, we ain't got no ink in these boys, you know, we gotta keep writing, bro.
I keep
yeah, I do too, but they out of reach right now, but
yeah,
there you go right there, see them?
Yeah, there you go right there.
Keep cooking. I can do something with that.
Yeah. Sight beyond sight.
I can do
You
something.
feel me? That's the point of faith. That sight beyond sight. You feel me? He's asking a higher power to grant him the ability to see beyond himself. When in reality, he's looking within himself in order to see past his own self-vision,
Mm-hmm.
which is still one vision. In the esoteric realm, they say when you mean something, you write it down with a pencil. Information.
Sight, what is it?
Sight beyond sight.
Sight beyond sight. Let me go get some. Wow.
Yeah.
Like faking the reason something go piece.
They do. See, all words can be broken down. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And this proves the illusion. You feel me? See, when we were growing up, it was always something that told us something. Is there something beyond more than us?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a funny thing that they say artists tell lies in order to reveal the truth. This is the point of what we were saying about the positive and the negative, why the balance of the both of them are essential. You see, an artist will tell a lie to be, the imaginative recesses of the mind,
Mm-hmm.
while illustrating or producing the best result from their point of view, which is ironically enough a reflection of how everyone else views it with their visage. See what I'm saying? Now, notice I use two words in order to show the vision. You feel me? You break down the view, and the first letter is the V. You feel me? V is the representation of the five. Five creates change. See, there is no change. It's just change. You see what I'm saying? There is no change. There's just choices that create your change or that fuel your change.
You know what else I did when I was locked up? We started, the security, the people start getting our letters and breaking them down.
Mm-hmm.
So I drew up an alphabet and I numbered it backwards.
You created your own site?
Yeah, I numbered it backwards. So when I send something, they'll think something is a one, but it's really
It's like a Z. Yeah.
You feel me? They think it's a Z and they try to put the words together. They be like, nah, that ain't no fucking word.
Right.
But we know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you know what I'm saying, you use the letters, you use the numbers. You got the same number category, but you do it backwards. So you start one here and you end up with.
And see, watch this. Just to show you how the ancestors ain't sleep on you. You know, coded language existed before us. And so, how would you know to do that? You get it?
Mm-hmm.
You already know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason. Like, that's why I know what I'm saying to be true, to be real, factual. It's a fact fits into action.
You know already.
Yeah, I already
You gotta
know.
let it out yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you gotta. That's why I look at when I see black people do stuff. Man, it was in you already. All you have to do is just go do it. That go back to what you were saying about that faith.
Right.
You gotta jump out there on that.
Right.
If you know in your, I say this to people all the time, and I start hearing myself say it here recently due to this epidemic that they put out. Right.
Right.
I say, do the math. If you can get up faithfully for 20 years and go to work for $100 and something, $120, $130, $140 a day, to work that 5 days or 6 days to get that.
What's the difference if you do it for yourself?
Self-contract.
Yeah, nothing.
I can subcontract my skills.
Oh, you can do both. And see, I explain this shit to people all the time.
Yeah.
In the book Think and Grow Rich, you feel me? They even say this shit. Shout out to Robert Greene. You feel me? In the book Think to Grow Rich, you feel me? One of the main mantras of that shit is the rich dad, poor dad, syndrome. The science behind that shit. And they tell you run like the plague from a square job, like a normal job, especially if you've already traversed the vagrants of entrepreneurship. And for some reason or another, even if in my star alignment I attempt to step out of my nature to find a regular job or a square job to work with somebody, something will still happen in a passive way in order to let me know I was already on the right path. And and here it is, I'm thinking I'm being faithful, and I'm giving my faith away to something else, feeding it instead of me. You see what I'm saying?
The world have everybody thinking self is being selfish, but It's not the same thing. It's making sure you're good before you're able to make someone else. So they got it. It's one of them sessions we're gonna break them words down for them, let them know that it's misunderstood.
Yeah,
because
misinterpretation.
You know what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch. We got some stuff to put on the brain, man. Y'all stay tuned, man. Y'all stay tuned, man.
Because right quick, real an example of what we talking about. Let's break down the words selfish and selfless. Listen to me. everyone. I'm so serious when I say this shit. Really feel me when I say this. If you ever want to find the true meaning of the word or any word, the simplest thing is always the best way to find its definition. Always, because it's right in your face. If I wanted to hide something from you, where would I put it? I'd put it inside you. I wouldn't put it outside of you.
You would never let it out. You're not gonna never let it out because your life never calls for it.
So how selfishness works is when you break down the word selfishness without even using edification or breaking down each individual level. We're gonna just take the word self and we're gonna take the word fish. You take self, that's you. You take fish, the act of fishing. Okay? A fisher is a person that traverses something in order to find something to eat or get nourishment from. You see what I'm saying? Now watch this. To be selfless, that means you take yourself and take parts of yourself away to the lesser reaches of yourself. You feel me? Now, on one hand, when you say that, that sounds slightly bad. On the other hand, it sounds slightly virtuous, like you're giving charity to you. See what I'm saying? To not only you, but the act of you doing for someone else is still nurturing you. Because he puts you before the act of the list or the no, you know what I'm saying, or the vision. You see what I'm saying? So that's the point of these words. These spell speak is a very funny thing. You know what I'm saying? It's the point of spelling bees. They as a child, you know what I'm saying, they put these words in our head in order to teach us early, to condition us to use inoculation tactics to seek beyond the randomization of the creative process. And that creative process is controlled into different nodes. So what happens is they pull out the best or better or lesser or greater parts of you. What unconsciously, you feel me? Just through words, spell speak, being told this, being told that, being told the lesser over the greater.
Because I've seen a bunch of people that have been told a certain thing all their life.
And then they stick with it.
And over their lifespan, it changed so much, but they still stuck on what they was told.
Right.
In some certain instances, if it's effective in your life, that's cool, but you can't make it a whole.
Right. It's the reason why they say be careful bringing your past into your now.
Yeah, because
you see what I'm
saying? It's some of your past.
Because you'll never receive your gifts.
I tell you, don't never like what you said on there. Tomorrow's today will never be yesterday's today.
Yeah.
Like that. That happened yesterday. It's cool. It's trapped in your file cabinet. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Do not let that be the reason that what happened today, that you ain't comprehending what's going on.
Right, because you always ascertain an opportunity to do different or be the difference. You see? That's the whole point of all this. You see what I'm saying? I don't feel like I have all the answers, but then maybe I do. And if I do, I'm a firm believer in if I can do it, you can do it too. Like, I'm no bullshit.
I don't hate nothing in this world. But it's a lot of dislikes I have from people. And it be some simple shit.
Right.
Why would you sit up in somebody's face and tell somebody that you can't do something?
Well, because
I don't understand. I
really brought us to that place of fear. They living in fear.
Man, I've been to the worst spots in the world. Prison is the worst place on earth that you can get outside of the poverty that I came from.
Well, that and not knowing yourself.
Yeah, and not knowing.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, when I open my door to leave my house, opportunities unlimited. It's like I can just go do what the fuck I want to go do. I can go do it. I'm not hindering nobody. I'm not hurting nobody. I'm not putting pressure. But I'm going to apply the pressure on me getting what I got to get.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I start with the most positive route to take. You know?
Well, they always say reach for the higher.
Yeah. I start with the most positive route to take. So I don't have that many obstacles. See, if I go negatively to go get it, it's a bunch of obstacles in the way. That's how I know that it's not meant for me to be doing it. That's how I look at that. If I go to trying to do something, an obstacle, if something happened that don't supposed to be happening, that I didn't make happen, I question that shit. Not questioning it as why. I question myself like, see, that's strike one. So I keep moving. And I'll be like, see, and make that happen. That just popped
Right.
up.
And that's
right
all you're doing right there is an example of that is like following the road less traveled. Look, let me explain something to you. As a person that was born without fear, I was born this way. So I had to settle in the personification of that. Like I didn't exactly know what that meant at first. But, you know, I just thought I was living a fearless life, but that's not exactly all it is. You know, sometimes we don't know what it is that we're intended for. So sometimes you create the intention unconsciously in your subconscious. But then when you're consciously creating your intent, you ever notice how it changes to the nature of what you're intended to be?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the point of randomization. In our individuality, it's random for us to have our own elements of conditioning. And a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy does not speak individuality. All it's going to do is create so many forms.
Misunderstand.
Yeah, to where it's going to force an understanding through anomalistic properties.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Until you go back to where it was originally.
Right.
Right.
And so
you'll
I
know
consider myself as the anomaly. Like no bullshit. That's the reason.
And that's why we're doing this here, bro.
Yeah.
So you can elaborate and let it be known what's up, what's out there, what we're dealing with. People run from that, bro. They don't want to know. You know what I'm saying? I'm so happy I get up, go to work every day. This epidemic should have opened everybody's eyes. Overnight, they changed y'all life. The whole fucking globe. These people changed y'all life overnight.
Yeah.
And they got it.
Over a simple plan of fear.
Listen,
this is what's funny.
What's so cold about it, they got you trapped in their hand like a butterfly. And until they open their hand, they're going to keep you alive. But they took away everything that you was used to. Overnight, they switched it up.
And this is what's funny about
it. And they
that.
still got you. They still got us.
But for dogmatic people, you know, and what I mean by that is dogmatic people, to break down the word dogma, it's the science of any type of religion, basically. The system of religion. That's what dogmatic means. For dogmatic people, you know, I'm talking about like evangelicals, Christians, you know, even Muslims in some cases, to hold on something beyond your own faith and trade it in for belief. I'm going to show you to what detriment you're doing. You see, everyone's power of faith is unlimited. There's no limit to the power of faith. None. You see what I'm saying? Just like there's no limit to the power of doubt. It's equivalent in nature. You see what I'm saying? But like, the point of faith is so that you can plant seeds of change. You feel me? And like I was touching on the Hindu faith, when they say the cross of change is in the place to where you find that moment in your experience to either create a new or choose to be entrapped by the inoculation or the lack thereof in your freedom. So we have to set the standard in order to create the future. And what's funny about this, it talks about these in revelating times. See, right now I'm being a revelator telling revelations under the fifth trumpet. You see what I'm saying? Just to let you know how deep I am on the Bible. I know the Bible so well that I don't have to tell you which faith I grew up in. But I know this. I've studied every faith, and every faith tells you the same thing. In this fifth trumpet, we are intended to revelate, to create the future, to keep the now, in order to present this gift called life, due to the inevitability of a death.
I read, I can't think of this guy name, but I think I got it on my phone. Well, he went so far back with the Bible till he got to some guy, and he said it was that Bible up until a certain point, and somebody rewrote it.
You're talking about the Gospel of Thomas. I know exactly what's
he said somebody rewrote it. He said in one of those scriptures, a word was
misplaced. Yeah.
Oh, he was talking about marijuana.
Exactly.
It was a word back then. How they was healing all these people and
manna.
Okay, they say that word right there took everybody off the fact that he was talking about marijuana.
Manna.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking
That's
about.
what I'm talking. That it go way back. Yeah. They miss whoever rewrote it.
And then look, I want you to know, no, they didn't do that for that reason. It was intentional.
Yeah, it done.
You see what I'm saying?
They rewrote it, so
they,
it was
like,
intentional.
remember how we were talking about the cycle? That was intentional.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
And it
because only the real natural born mind is going to see that.
See that.
It's in your cash. It's deep in your ancestry. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And only your spirit will be able to see exactly what you're saying.
And when I went in the Bible and looked it up, I was like, oh.
They talking about manna. They talking about prana. They use different words for that. They use manna. They use prana.
Over the years, the word changed.
Yeah.
But the first one was that one.
Yeah.
And when somebody else rewrote it again, they changed it again. They got people's minds so far, because people made marijuana a bad thing.
Right.
But it grows from the earth, and it's a herb, like salt, like pepper, like pepper.
See, I'm gonna catch y'all guard. Manna don't just consist of just weed. They talking about mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? They talking about natural things that grow from the earth in order to entice those sparks of reality that we not touching or seeing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They talking about that shit on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You get it? Like, you see, again, like I asked earlier, if you were left up to do something, would you do it? And how long would it take for you to figure out that you had to do something without being told?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Without somebody. See, in your head, you're going to have to know that, man, I got to do this.
Right. And that's the point of randomization.
That's crazy because you're going to second guess yourself so much so it's going to prevent you from go ahead, do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I got it when I was coming up. Man, when I started going in the hood, I started, man, like, every time, you know how I rock, because we was rocking back then. Everywhere I went, I had entourage with me. Not I wanted entourage. Them niggas just want to be.
They followed you.
They everywhere I went, they want. If I was at a club, they mobbing around me.
And they followed your vibe simply because of the resonation.
It was like grown ass men. I could see me in them. I could see this nigga went about the J's because I be rocking J's.
Right.
This nigga went about, he wearing about. First he was a white T-shirt nigga. Now he all black T like because he trying to. You know what I'm saying? Out buying all black. Every time I go with these niggas, they was like a Creole box at first.
Do you feel like that's by mistake?
Nah, I honestly, now that I look back on it, I honestly don't.
Do you also know
but back then,
that's a reflection of you?
But back then, I was tripping. I was like, man, these pussy ass nigga, copycat ass.
That's a reflection of you.
You know why? That's that negative believing I was doing.
Right, conditioning.
Yeah.
Self-police, conditioning.
That shit. But now, I see it, like, I see my little niggas like, don't let nobody tell you shit, bro. I promise you, man, go out there on your own too, bro. It'll happen. Keep pushing. Ain't nothing these hoes gonna tell me I can't get. Nothing. At 47 years old, my nigga, I wouldn't be. I ain't where I'm supposed to. Where niggas thought I'd be at.
Exactly.
Because I run up on them in the hood on the daily, bro, and them niggas ain't got a turnkey to go nowhere, and they ain't got no. I mean, I'm not taking nothing from them, but they can make it better, and they don't.
But that's exactly what you said to me earlier. Remember, like, same cow, same milk.
I know wanting, still want, stay in the nigga head every time God give him the breath to wake up.
Right.
Yourself,
maybe it was already there.
My misunderstanding to these cats is why you ain't stepping on that shit? You know what I'm saying? Stand firm, but you want that? Man, come on, they gonna see me with that.
Fear.
Of what?
Themselves. See, look, now watch this. Let's break down the word themselves.
Yeah.
Or yourself. You feel me?
That shit.
You notice when you put the word before you take away from you. See?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You put the word before you taking away from you. You put the word after you putting you first.
Yeah.
No matter how you do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? When you being selfless, you putting you first in order to help someone else so they can help you. When you being selfish, you putting yourself first in order to help yourself. When themselves, you know what I'm saying, they are putting something or being a
I
thing
say that.
or entity.
That's what I said.
Right.
That's how I was hustling.
Right.
The little dudes used to come when I was in them streets. They used to come to me and tell me like, bro, man, put me on. I see, man, you gotta be hungry when you out here stretching, bro. A nigga turn a house into a mansion overnight, nigga. You just gotta have the grind to get it. So I used to tell them niggas, stop putting shit in front of making your money. Stop putting that shit's not making you no money. So why would you put it in front of your paper? That shit come after your money.
The wisdom from a wise goddess that birthed me told me, the best way to teach is always through example. And this is how I go about it. That's why when you ask the question, I know it sounded tricky how I answered it, but that's why I answered it that way, because, it's always truth in the absolution. You feel me? There's no other way to be.
And that's how, I remember when I was coming up, bro, in them streets, Marvin, you know what I'm saying, every day, hustling, because at one time, that was my bread and butter. On the block, on any block, I'm going to get that bread. I don't care where it said, it was bumping, and put me with one of y'all niggas down, and we going to make that money.
Right.
I ain't going to be out there because I never had to get out there. Because there's always a little nigga that going to be out there every day that's in the way. Here, niggas, why you out here, move this. But anyway, I used to lie to them hoes, nigga. I had it, and I was still lying to them bitches. You know what I'm saying? But now, I'm to the point now where I really don't give a fuck how you feel and look about things. Because it's not rotating in my head on what you give a fuck about that I don't give a fuck about.
Right.
But
how is it any different? See?
Lying keep stress and pressure. Telling the truth, release it all.
Depending on the point.
Yeah, depending.
But what if I told you both the truth and the lie are both illusions?
Yeah, it's what you say.
See, the illusion part of both the truth and the lie is it sickens you, or it strickens you with the word in order to create the verb or the noun. You see what I'm saying? It creates the motion for you to get your point across, to define the reason. You see what I'm saying? So people use truth in order to tell lies, and people tell lies in order to reveal truth. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's only certain.
No, that's everything. That's everything. Everything. That's why we focus on the facts.
Yeah.
Not the facts fixed into action. You see?
More like y'all worry about right now instead of what I did to get to right now.
Right.
Okay.
The F in fact is forward.
Mm-hmm.
The act is you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Bringing a motion into action.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? The C is the sight beyond sight. The T is the today beyond tomorrow's, yesterday's today.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you gotta
yeah,
bring
okay,
it down.
okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, we've been cheated so many different ways,
man.
and that's the point of all this.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? I don't pretend to have every answer to every question, but I do know something, and with that something, I have to, that's where my passion comes from.
Yeah.
I have to do this. My duty.
The act of knowing pushes
The
forward.
node of being.
Yeah, it pushes forward on. I need to read more, see more, understand more. It keep you chasing.
It's the point of being beyond.
Uh-huh.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me for a second. So, We're gonna close this one off and then start again real soon. Stay tuned. Like in a few hours from now, I'm gonna start again with the Draw Art Craft and Know. I got a couple more interviews to do today. So again, just tune in and like, share, subscribe. You feel me? Look out for the YouTube channel that's coming real soon called Share, Like, Subscribe.
Y'all stay tuned. We be back.
For real, for real. And you know, keep your vibes high and always walk in the order of your faith. Literally, no matter what. As Gandhi said, let the world burn instead of going against yourself. In every case. And I'm done with that.
We got till next time.
We get high too fast. So,